Alright, welcome back to Divinity Original Sin 2 Honor Mode Plus Run. Twice the enemies, only 25% of the XP. Nothing has changed other than we just had a really large patch. And in the last video I went over the details of what exactly has happened. It's not going to change our tactics though. We are still going to be relying on very similar tactics. And I am more than convinced that we can very much win this. Over the last couple of fights, it became gradually easier. So, if anything, I'm rather concerned that the run is going to be too easy over time. And why is it always that the formation never is being remembered? So, let's shortly look through the quest because we are going to have some nice quests right away. We were being told that there is a family and a young boy, so to speak, young man rather, that we need to, whom we need to save, and we will find them right away. So as soon as you open this gate, really, you're on an inherent timer because down here is an execution ongoing, and we want to prevent that from happening. Now, the magisters here are not immediately hostile, but I can tell you out of experience that they won't stay friendly for long. So what we're going to do here is we're going to put everyone into position, specifically Syken and the like, and from this very nice position up here we're going to basically start the combat. In order to do that, we are seeing that, like, the Incarnate no longer has the taunt skill. Can you please attack this guy? Thank you. So, if you wait for too long, these here will start. To execute them. We certainly don't want that to happen. So basically, the Incarnate already started with a little bit of damage onto the Silent Watcher. And although it doesn't have the taunting ability anymore, it still deals a ton of damage, and that's exactly what we were looking for. Well, there you go. So, not even going to... I'm just going to delay for now. We're going to put them all together down here. We're going to put them all together down here and just going to murder them. It almost seems as if this is kind of a normal tactician setup. Apparently these here hadn't been doubled, which is really bad for them because, yeah, that effectively means they are now going to die a horrible death. I'm just going to buff Syken for now. He's going to fly in next turn, basically killing them. Alright. Lows. Please move them here. And we put her onto ice. What? No! Did I really forget to modify her boots? Oh, that is so embarrassing. Okay, first thing to consider is her boots. Yeah, needs modification. Usually I wouldn't forget that, but Looking at that, none of our characters has it anymore. Maybe they have patched it out. It's hard for me to imagine that would have happened, because it would have been a radical change. I need to double check why exactly we do not, why we wouldn't have the immunity to slipping anymore. That would be quite a bummer. Okay. So, easiest thing here is just using their proximity to deal damage to all of them. And matter of fact, let's just deal fire damage to all of them. Not before we haste ourselves though for the next round. Apparently no one here. Well, I could actually let his grenade explode, and afterwards I'll explode the trap. Yeah, let's do that. I think overall that's more damage. There we go. Everyone's chilled, and afterwards everyone is burning. The ones that can run away are the ones that will be punished first. This here should be a kill shot. Look at that, 1300 damage. Because for ballistic shot, it's still, the damage increases. The farther you are away, the more damage it deals. And then just to maximize damage really, nice little extra shot. Yeah, I mean, the normal challenges on tactician mode are really no match for that party. So I hope I will need to think about if the black pits are too easy, then maybe I need to reconsider how to improve the challenge for this run overall. Yeah, we haven't even taken damage. That is ridiculous. Okay, let me shortly look into the boots problem, because that was effectively something that I very much took care about in the past. I have no explanation, guys, as of why the immunity to slipping was on none of our boots. No excuse really, other than I don't know. Well, now it is. Everyone is back to immunity to slipping. That's how it should be from the first hand anyway. So back a little bit towards the actual quests here. Now, these guys here are super happy, and basically we will find out that this family is being tortured, and this lady here is the mother of said young gentleman, and he apparently seemed to be Gwynwyn is his name. He apparently seemed to be having source potential, and began to explore that. The succubus that we have met in our last session was his mentor. Needless to say that he's also the target of the succubus's request to save him, and that's the family. So now we do have two quests for one guy, and both of them want us to do the same, basically save him. which is easy. And I'll show you how it's done in detail. So, we haven't found anything really spectacular other than a crossbow. What we didn't do in the beginning was to loot everything up here. Cannot stress enough how important that is. But we were a little bit on a timer, because if you would have, or if we would have just completed looting everything up here, there is a slight chance if you approach the execution too early that they already begin with it. The dialogue kind of runs down, and you will find yourself with them being executed. Quest gone. Nice little extra XP wasted. Nice. A holy hand grenade in a kitchen sink. That's where you keep it, boys. Good. Now we're going to move to the part with probably the biggest fight in terms of just participants. It is going to be crazy. Because that young gentleman had been caught, and they are now trying to kill him. And they, more specifically, are the same guys that killed the family of Gareth. So we kind of hit two birds with one stone. Before we do that, though, there's still this barricade. Normally it's, I think, only 3, so they added 3 additional. The modder added 3 additional magisters, which is fine. And I would say we're preparing with our normal routine. Let's get into this with a new video, guys. Be right back.